Exercise. Exercise is great for diabetics because what it does is it makes the cell more receptive or responsive to insulin. Because when you exercise, you're using up energy. So now the cell wants more energy. The cell would love to get some sugar now because you're using up energy, okay? So it'll say, yeah, if there's any insulin that comes knocking on my door, I'm going to let it in with the blood sugar because I need more energy because I'm exercising, working out. That's why exercise is great for diabetics. However, we can go one step further. We can do even better. Any exercise is great, don't get me wrong. The more you move, the better that was than if you were sedentary. No doubt about it. But we can do even better. The most recent research is telling us that burst training in just a short period of time, 12 minutes a day, is actually the most effective way of exercising. It's not just for diabetics, it's for everybody, whether you're trying to lose weight or be healthy or whatever, but we're talking about diabetes today. Most effective way for reversing diabetes through exercise is burst training 12 minutes a day. What that amounts to is, in the office, we follow a program, and it's not the only burst training program out there, I don't want you to get me wrong, but it is a great one. It's called Max T3. And the 3 T's stand for time, tempo, and type. And what I'm trying to say here is if you do the right time, tempo, and type of exercise, you can get your workout done in just 12 minutes a day and accomplish whatever goals you had with the exercise. You'll get more out of that than doing anything else. Here's why. The most recent research is saying that if you shorten up your exercise and you go harder at it versus going for a long period of time where it's more lackadaisical, you shift the hormonal balance in your favor, where you create more HGH, human growth hormone, more testosterone in your body, and less cortisol. This is good because more HGH and more testosterone helps you burn fat, build muscle, which helps your metabolism, burn sugar, and it decreases cortisol. And you want cortisol low because if that's high, what cortisol actually does is it makes you pack on more fat, you become more insulin resistant, and you become more hungry. We don't want cortisol high. So understand that exercise is great, but there's a proper way to do it to help you get the best results. I want to invite any of you, if you don't already know this, we do a free exercise session in the office every night of the week. The office closes at 6, we change our clothes, and at 6:15 we come out here and we do Max T3. And we invite you to come in. We don't charge you anything for it. And let me tell you, there aren't very many things in healthcare that you don't have to pay for, right? This is one of them. Come in, you exercise with us. We just have a good time, good camaraderie, and we get healthy together. So if you're interested, all I ask is that you let me know you're coming, so I make sure that I have enough room for everybody and that I'm actually going to be here that night and I don't have a conference or something I have to go to. But take advantage of that. If you don't like groups or it doesn't work in your schedule, you can always buy the DVD and do the exact same thing we do in the comfort of your own home. It doesn't matter where you do it, it just has to get done. I want you to understand, through all of this stuff, you know, we talk about you got to do all the right things. I want you guys to all take a deep breath right now, okay? In through the nose, fill the lungs, out through the mouth. Kind of relax. I had to do that because I get kind of high-strung. I don't want you to worry about any of this stuff, okay? Yes, it's important. Everything you do is important. But I want you to relax and take some comfort in knowing that your body is smart. It is very intelligent. It knows what to do for the most part, as long as you don't wreck it, okay? That should make you feel good because you really don't have to worry about as much when your body is so smart it'll take care of itself. So, I have a few stats here. And again, I'm not really a stat guy, but I think it helps point out how amazing your body is. And we take it for granted. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about this. But look at this. 1 drop of blood, 1 drop, that's it, has 5 million red blood cells in 7,000 white blood cells. Thousands of platelets. That's a lot. Your red blood cells, they live about 120 days. They make 300,000 trips through your bloodstream, which is almost 2 trips through your entire bloodstream per minute. Your heart, it weighs less than a pound. It pumps 2.5 gallons per minute, or 1,314,000 gallons per year, which means that the energy output of your heartbeat in one day is enough to raise 3 fully loaded Greyhound buses off the ground. Your heart produces enough energy in one day to raise 3 fully loaded, all the people in there, Greyhound buses off the ground. That's pretty amazing, right? I mean, your heart is an amazing organ. If stretched out, your arteries and veins in your body would cover, I think that says 42,000 miles. It got cut off a little bit. Let's see if I can go down there. There it is, 12,000 miles. If you stretched out all your arteries and veins in one person, it would cover 12,000 miles. It's a long ways, right, guys? You might be thinking, well, why does any of this matter, or what does it have to do with diabetes? Well, I'm going to get to that, but I just want you to understand how amazing your body is. Here's another one. Nerves transmit their signal at 300 miles an hour. So for your brain to think about something, tell your finger to move, the signal transferred through the nerve at a speed of 300 miles an hour. Your body does some amazing stuff. So you might think, well, you know, is my body so amazing it's capable of keeping me from diabetes? Well, yeah, if we do the right things. So we have an innate intelligence in us. And what this means is that I want you to understand the universe has an intelligence that makes it work. It makes the world go round. That's what makes the trees come alive in the springtime and they get green, and then they know to die and fall off, and the trees hibernate in the fall. That's how a sperm and an egg know how to somehow come together and create you and me. Okay? There's an intelligence in the world that nobody can really explain. I mean, if you believe in God, great. If you don't, that's fine too. But you have to admit that there's an amazing design of how it all works. Okay? There's an amazing intelligence that runs through everything that keeps it going, whatever you want to call it. Understand that part of that is within you. Okay? That's what makes you tick. It's what, again, made you form from an egg and a sperm to become you. It's what makes you be able to do everything. It's your innate intelligence, and that's part of the intelligence of the universe. You have part of that in you. Okay? So here we have a tiny little embryo that's just being formed. It's going to turn into something eventually that looks like you and me. And I want you to see this. Anybody know what that is? Ryan wants to say it.
Is it spinal?
Yeah, it's the spine. Yep. That's your nervous system right there. It's your spinal cord. You can already see it way back then. Why do you think that it's already forming? Why is it already forming in there? Why is that the one thing we can see? Because it's going to tell everything else what to do, right? Your brain and spinal cord and nerves are going to tell everything else what to do. And you can see it forming right there. So I want you to understand that in order for your body to heal, a cut on your leg, for it to heal, or for your heart to beat, or for your lungs to breathe, or for you to be able to comprehend what I'm saying right now, for any of that to happen, the signal has to go from your brain, down your spinal cord, and out through your nerves, these yellow and green things, to all of your organs. All your tissues, organs, everything has a cell or has a nerve that goes to it and tells it what to do. When one of those nerves gets pinched from what's called a subluxation, meaning the bone's out of place, pinches the nerve, your body goes into a state of dis-ease. Okay? When it's in a state of ease, that innate intelligence is flowing through you and everything's working right. Okay? But when it has a state of dis-ease, now we're going to run into problems. And it can cause things like diabetes. Here's a case of a person that had diabetes. That's the x-ray of them. And They were on medication. They were on insulin, which was managing the condition, but obviously it doesn't fix or address the problem. When you're on insulin, it's something you end up having to be on the rest of your life. It doesn't fix anything. It just manages the condition. Okay? They had some subluxations right here in their mid to upper back, which is the area where the nerves come out of the spine and go to the pancreas, which is the organ responsible for producing insulin. Okay? Person got adjusted. They took care of that area of the spine, so they took the pressure off of the nerve in the upper to mid back, fixed the problem. That was the true cause. Okay? I want you to understand the power of that. Your body knows what to do as long as the signals can get there. But if it's pinched and there's a state of dis-ease, it doesn't know what to do anymore. Okay? So you have to ask yourself, do you want treatment or do you want prevention? Okay? Because there's a difference, and where you go for your health care is determined by the way you answer that question. Okay? The medical model is in treatment. They want to know what your symptom is, and they'll give you whatever the latest, greatest drug is to make that symptom go away. But very rarely does it ever actually fix the problem or the cause. Okay? Where do you want prevention? If you want to live a maximized living lifestyle, that's what we are here. We're maximized living, where you're exercising right, you're eating right, your spine is aligned, there's no nerve interference, you're thinking right, your mind is right, you're learning how to minimize toxins, and you're living a life of prevention and health and happiness. What's your plan? You have to ask yourself that and act accordingly. So here's your action steps. We're done for the night, but here's your action steps. What do you have to do? Because like I said, knowledge is powerless if you don't act on it. Okay? What's the point of you being here if you're not going to act on it? One, first of all, our action steps. This is a little off topic, but I want to mention it, and I haven't so far. Make sure you get scheduled for next month's talk. It's on the 12th. We're talking about healthy for the holidays. We're talking about stress management. Okay? There's a different talk every single month with a different idea. But we're always going to teach health and wellness and how to be healthy. So whether the topic looks interesting or not, I don't care. Come, because you care about your health. You want to be well, you want to prevent things. You want to live a long, happy, healthy life. And that's what I'm going to talk about every single time, teaching you how to do that. So get signed up for that. Don't miss it. Number 2, register for an online webinar. Okay? You heard some good information for about an hour here tonight. That was a great start. Hopefully you learned some things you didn't know before and you can start implementing them in your life. There's a webinar on the 22nd that's put on. It's not by me. You go to MaximizeLiving.com, and this is on your handout that I gave you. It's in the red box down on the left-hand bottom corner. It tells you, you go to MaximizeLiving.com to register. There's another expert that's going to be talking about diabetes and what you can do about it. So get registered for that. Learn some more information. You can only learn so much in an hour. I can only pack in so much. There's a lot more we could have talked about. Thirdly, get your perfect protein. Here it is. It's a great way to start your day, stabilize your insulin. Again, it's easier to start adding things to your diet versus taking them away. Start burning your fat, building your muscle, getting your metabolism to do what it's supposed to do with a good whey protein source. And again, I don't want to talk too much about this, but you may already take whey protein. I'm telling you, make sure it comes from a good cow. Otherwise, it's doing you more harm than good. It needs to be grass-fed. It needs to be an organic cow, free of antibiotics, free of hormones. We can talk more about that if you want to know more about that, but not all whey proteins are created equal. Do I care if you buy mine? No. I care that you get on a good one somewhere, okay? And I'm telling you, 99% of the commercially available ones aren't very good, and I'll help you assess them. Also, if you're not currently under chiropractic care somewhere, getting adjusted, you need to be. You need to be checked. If you have what's going on that last x-ray did, well, there's the cause of your problem, or at least one of them. And you don't know if you're not checked. So Dr. Bree can get you signed up for that if anybody's interested. She can talk to you about the products, give you any of those if you're interested. Otherwise, I'm done. Are there any questions from anybody? Feel free to ask.